Hello, future peer mentor, student, or whoever is reading this. Hi, I'm writing this as my literal last assignment as an undergraduate. Well, I guess I'm reading what I wrote, but I just would like to hope that I can pass on something that makes your college experience a little bit easier as a peer mentor. Hi, my name is James Harris. I graduated in fall 2025 with a dual major in political science and democracy and justice studies. I got pretty good grades. I went to college there for 4 years. I was mentoring students for about three and a half of them. I started my second semester with I got a student referred to me that needed help with technology, and it kind of went from there. I TA'd a bunch of different classes. I TA'd fundamentals of public address, uh, intro to intro to social justice, and politics in sports twice. I did some other stuff too. I gave a TEDx talk. I ran a program called Bridging the Divide that helps people realize that we actually have a lot in common. I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, but there's a 30% chance that I know some of what I'm talking about. So, when I first started mentoring, I thought my job was to help new students understand how to do college correctly. And I don't think that's wrong, but I did it in a slightly misguided way. Instead, I was telling students how I would college correctly. And I'm sure that helped. But it was suboptimal because at the end of the day, I ended up imposing my own worldview, motivations, and what have you on students. Now, if it mismatched for one reason or another, it didn't help as much as it could have. I say this because you are going to run into a ton of students with wildly different motivations. There are like some athletes who are there to do their sport and forced to college. There are people that feel like they just need a degree and they're trying to find the easiest path to being done in 4 years with a degree. There are people that are seriously passionate about learning, or even if it's not learning, they're seriously passionate about something. And they're going to college to empower themselves to better do that something. So, the second time, or later in my mentoring career, I helped students figure out how they could college correctly. Now it's a minor and important difference, but important difference because it starts by understanding what their motivations, wants, and desires are, and then giving advice that aligns with that rather than what I think they should do. You influence and guide people a hell of a lot more when you help them do what they want, and they're more willing to listen to it. Now, it sounds a bit counterintuitive, but you will seriously change people's outlook on life if you let go of your own ego. Really helping someone starts with listening to them, not preaching at them. Also, don't be scared to compliment people. So look at it this way. When you're in a class, you have almost no ability to compare yourself to the rest of the class. And these students have no way of knowing if they got an A because the class was easy or because they're talented. Now, there are an absolute ton of brilliant, hardworking, dedicated, talented students that have absolutely no idea that they're anything besides ordinary. And a few kind words can really give them the motivation and confidence that can change their futures. But those compliments need to be genuine and earned. Don't praise people for basic stuff anyone can do. That's patronizing. So instead, notice the things people do well and call attention to it, and mix it with some critique when it's needed. I've tutored a lot of students, and I've met so many really smart high school valedictorian types who struggle when they get into college because they've never had to apply themselves before. And I tell them exactly that. Like, hey, you are a brilliant student. This is why it's more difficult than it needs to be. I like to think it makes a difference. Also, I'm not sure how whatever class your peer mentoring looks like, but in mine, we had students write weekly journals and we read the journals. And sometimes when you read those journals, like you'll hear people are struggling. So I spent a lot of time encouraging students to use the resources on campus. What really worked in my instance, because a lot of people are have something about accepting charity, but telling them that they are already paying for those resources, so they might as well take advantage of them. And Also, I spent a lot of I every single semester I dragged several students down to the wellness center to, schedule them with counseling appointments and get mental health help. There is a lot of students are worried about getting mental health help. There's a stigma on it. And I found, in my instance, it really helped being open about my own mental health struggles because, somebody they look up to faces the same things. But also, when I was reading their journals and I saw somebody who's struggling, I'd reach out to them privately and I'd offer to walk them down to the counseling center. So don't be afraid to be that person. It really, really makes a difference. And per Professor Katya, I have one last thing to leave you with. Thank you for listening.